Mummies have roots in ancient Egypt. People were mummified after death because the ancient Egyptians believed it was the only way for them to cross into the afterlife. One of the most well-known stories involving the mummy is the curse of King Tut's tomb. The curse, which was carved on the king's tomb, warned, "Death comes on wings to he who enters the tomb of the pharaoh." Days after this letter warning of the tomb's curse was published in the New York Times, and after King Tut's mummy was unearthed in 1922, Lord Carnarvon, who funded the King Tut tomb search, died. This is how the mummy curse concept first entered the media and probably influenced the mummy's debut in movies, specifically a movie entitled The Mummy, released in 1932. The movies I will focus on in this presentation are the two first pop culture movies involving mummies. The Mummy, released in 1932, The Mummy's Ghost, released in 1944, and more heavily, The Mummy, released in 1999, and its sequel, The Mummy Returns. The main feature of mummies that stems from ancient Egyptian belief is that they can live on two planes of existence, our world and the afterlife. For example, in The Mummy, Imhotep is brought back from the other plane when his tomb is entered. He is forced back to the afterlife in the end, but vows to return, which he does in the next movie. The same could be said of ghosts, who are believed to be stuck on our earth but halfway into a spiritual world. This leaves us with the question, on which plane would the battle between ghosts and mummies take place? I will address both possibilities. I will now define the characteristics of a mummy as popular culture has defined it. The Mummy, released in 1999, and its sequel have given mummies a great deal of power. They can cause deadly sandstorms, have great strength in hand-to-hand combat, and can summon an army of undead followers.
There's nothing on earth like the mummy.
These offensive techniques would come in handy if a ghost were to possess a worthy human opponent to fight in the physical plane. The Mummy shows that the only way for a human to fight off a mummy is to send it back to the otherworldly plane. Therefore, it cannot actually be killed, as it is fueled by a supernatural force and will always be able to jump between the afterlife and Earth. A mummy like Imhotep may be able to pass as human in the real world, hire a priest, and send a ghost away, while a ghost would have little power on Earth. Because a ghost's energy may be split between planes, its effectiveness in either is diminished. A mummy has access to its full potential on both planes because it can completely transfer between both. As for supernatural forces that a mummy could utilize in otherworldly settings, a curse is always effective against an opponent. A mummy could easily banish a ghost away to some other realm to face an eternity of condemnation.
Anyone who opens this